Hi everybody. I've been thinking about this situation that in most relationships, when people want to socialize and communicate and reciprocate communication, there are two things that people need to deal with. First, for starters, people have to deal with the receptionists, the people who are at the front desk, because you can't just walk into a building and not let people know who you are. Like you have to show that you are present, current in the times. That's how you get into buildings. You can't just walk in and barge in. You gotta let people know who you are if someone else is in there, not see who's in there. Because this is the times that we're in. Someone's always gonna be there in a place where you want to be first before you are. So you want to make it into some places. You guys realize it's like YouTube. It's like anything on social media. You see people that are using it. You have to also remember the key principle is to let people know your identity, which is what I talk about in most of my videos. Identity is everything, including location and your time. And if you understand those three things are their values, then you can get where you need to be. So never mind the people who are in drama saying that I don't know who you are. Yeah, they can read. They do know who you are. People who are on Google Maps, people who look for people's location, that's the key. They want to know where people are. You got to go to the buildings to see if they're open, see who's present. They're talking about not following anybody. Yes, you are, man. But you got to understand, people who want the word have to communicate. You have to let people know how you want things done. People are just talking about you have to remember people's time. Oh, remember people's time? No, the time is now. The time is now. Everybody has to wake up. You're talking about you're tired. Go to people who have energy for you, for the things that you have. Because not everybody's out for the cut, making what you have. We have to roll the punches. Everybody doesn't have what it takes. Some people just have to pick up the punch, pick up the pace. Things are dying down, but things are also picking back up because after some time, it's like a withdrawal. You're going up, you're going down. What goes up must always come down. And if before it gets better, it gets worse. It doesn't matter. The key is you have to be able to not mess it up. You have to be able to keep notified and understand where you are in that life. If it were up to just one person, everything will go into shambles. It needs a teamwork. You need to tell people your identity and who you are. You need to stand out in who you are. So, okay, this is her. This is how she is. She's bringing this. She has this, what she's working on. She's trying, but she's not where I am. So I got to go somewhere where I can get my needs met because this is what I got to bring to the table. And, people just can do that. But, eventually it's going to matter. In most relationships, not everybody gets whatever they want. You just have to come in and give what you can. And don't make it worse. Make it easier for people to see in your life, in your hood. And that's what's going to make people understand why you can do those things. If you can't do that, you're not going to get anywhere. That's why you have to be careful for what you have. You have the principle to understand that I'm at VASA Fitness place right now. But that doesn't mean I don't know what I'm doing. I'm with my brother. He's doing his thing. And he's going to take care of his shit. It's the same thing with me. My mom, my dad, any brother or man. You can have conversations. If they can't, if you think I'm playing, I'm not playing. I have things that I want to bring to the forefront to your attention because truth is, if we don't get ourselves off our ass, we are going to get fat and lazy. And people who like that come in decline and they get down. So you have to smooth the edges of yourself and you're going to go through a bumpy ride. You have to realize this is a bumpy ride. This was a run for your life. You need to run for your life. You have got to be more active. You got to energize, wake up, and you got to understand those key things. Time, location, and identity. And once you understand that, you'll be okay. All right, y'all. Peace. I got to go. Bye. One of the many things that I think about getting jobs like working as a cashier or, doing store packaging and whatnot is the fact that when you want to do these things very fast, you want to sign up and do your research. Not that people don't know that. It's just you have to be really quick with the pace of trying to get these kind of jobs. Just when it's empty, when they're looking for employment, like when they say help, help, we're here to hire, help in hiring, or help with hiring, or like help wanted. When you see signs like that, then you can apply for those jobs. But if you don't see stuff like that in certain places, it's just the times are being, like, you know, if people are running out of no jobs, then that means you have to see where you can find your best hustle. And not everybody is able to do that. So, you know, because of their health concerns or things that they get in situations with. Not that people don't know that, it's just you have to be willing to sacrifice your time, even if you don't have enough time in your location, because not everybody knows your identity. Like, you're going to several places and you're all at once, and that time runs out and those resources run out. So you have to really think about what it means to get found online, or finding more than online, or finding in public, because not everybody has it the way you have it, or they might not see it the way you see it. And then it's readjusting to your environment, readapting to your environment, seeing things the way people may see it. And people have struggles, and then just the fact that people don't know. So I learned this all because of economics. Like, dollar equals the amount of merchandise. And not only that, but social science, because people have to learn about their location and their family and how they grew up to be and how they grew out of it, and we had to readapt because things were running out and they weren't getting the attention that they wanted. So how do you adjust to certain climates and differences, put differences aside, and try to make harmonious things happen? You go out in the world and you try again after you fell off. So we just left all these life usual. Hi, you guys. I just wanted to thank my brother and just that he's keeping me grounded in some good advice. He said that you could really get a good job in places where, you know, that you can make money, and, you know, you have to keep a level eye. He gives me a good advice about making most of your time, and, you know, because mom and dad are getting old and everything. My brother here, right here, and he's really a good advice. Okay, Michael, but I gotta try. And so the fact that we're getting older, we're going into our 30s. Hey, time is ticking. We're in a ticking bomb, but we're all growing, and we're developed, and we're in more than our prime. We're in the world now. So this is more than economics. This is more like post-economics. This is more of the now. And anyway, that's just all I have to say, because it's more than just having a car and food and everything you want. It's not just a luxury. It's a responsibility, because some people are able to do what they can by exercise and equipment. And that's why, okay, we're here in where Michael stays, and I'm reflecting from not only, he's right there, and I'm not only saying this, but I'm reflecting the fact that you have to make a few things. You have to make a pact within yourself. You have to know the truth about your life. It's more than just making a team effort, but it's about keeping the lead, like, of your life, you know, because it's your life, you know. And you have to realize that not everybody has it all put together, but that's when you have to see where you can put on your table to put the effort and the things that have impacted you in your life, because you have so much to give, but you're willing to not see where you have the opportunity, and that is wasting time. So how do you go about that is what I wanted to ask my brother here. How do you go about that, Michael? How do you go about using your time wisely when you know that you could put your potential, your opportunity, you're opportunist, right? Are you an opportunist? Would you say you're an opportunist in most aspects of your work and ethic? No. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's part of life. All right, guys, talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like and subscribe. Hi, everybody. I have been here in my brother's apartment with his friend. I just got done watching Ruth and Boaz with Soraya McNeil and Felicia Rashad and a couple of others that I've seen with Babyface and a couple of actors in this amazing guy actor. He's a part of the cast as well. And I'm just thinking about all the things that I recognized in this movie. It's more than just about a love romance country western midwestern movie, even though it has a little bit of, it's so outdoorsy and so romantical. Hold on one second. Hold on. Just the fact that it's one of those movies that you would think it's a good movie. I recommend it. I give it a 8 out of 10. It's a good movie. Ruth and Boaz is one of those films where you get to talk about the Bible and just life of people who are just getting into making a living. And like, it's one of those dramas that has a little comedy, has a little bit of everything, has a little bit of quirkiness and drama and a little bit of just, I say drama, adventure. It's a family film, sort of, kind of, and romantic, one of those kind of things. I appreciate it for what it was, because mainly it was a Black African American film, and it had great intellect of the Bible, and Devin Franklin Entertainment, Tyler Perry, they did a fantastic, tremendous job. I used to live in Atlanta in the South. I was born in Memphis, Tennessee. I don't know that much of what they do nowadays down there, but I have quite an idea of what they do with their entertainment, and it's wholesome, and it's really good. It's a good feeling. Now I'm watching another film called The Wrong Paris, but I am just astonished at the economy, economics, and the stereotypes of different families. You have people who are struggling to make ends meet, and they want so much to be a part of a good cause. So it's not that many causes that are out there, but basically what I'm saying is there's so much you could do to make a difference in people's lives, not just in music, not just in their business and everything. You try to make ends meet. You want something to be passionate about and to make a difference in others' lives. So that's one of the things that I appreciate the most in some films. But I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to just think of myself. But I also want to take in consideration that this my personality, my attitude, and what I'm identified as. And sometimes I don't want to throw my pearls before swine. So that's one of the things why I had to be cautious on this film. Like, not everything is what you want it to be. And I'm getting ready to enjoy another film called The Wrong Paris. So you never know what you want in a partner, what you want in romantic life, or what you want in family. Life changes, and you want to fall in love with life. So that's what romantic dramas and relationships are about. And you get into these things, and you think about the independence of a career, or you think about the dependence of a career in two different aspects, and you're not certain where you'll go. You don't know if you have to depend on someone who's romantically involved with you, or someone who's not romantically involved with you, and you're not certain how that would pay off for your funds in your life. So you have to be careful who you come across with. So by all means necessary, please watch the film. I'm giving you a heads up. You might find a little violence in it, or a little dramatic things that happen in it. It's a good film. I recommend you watch it. Another film that I'm watching right now is The Wrong Paris, and I'll tell you guys about how it looks with my review on that. I enjoyed the Ruth and Boaz, but I'll tell you guys the next time how it was. Alright guys, like and subscribe. Bye!